Hey, this is Lisa Bedford, the Survival Mom. And something caught my attention today. I wanted to make a quick video for you. I'm not going to be on camera because I'm going to be doing a screen share and showing several different screens. And let me do this really quickly. And that's not the one I want, but I want to start here. So AI has been wreaking havoc across the internet. And in my own on my own website, in my own experiences, I'm guessing millions of other website owners who have produced original articles, original photographs, original recipes, original instructions, and so on, have found that AI bots run by, who knows, ChatGPT, Google, and so on, have just come in and stolen our content, making it completely unnecessary for readers to ever visit our websites. And if you know anything about websites, people have been earning money, in a lot of cases, a lot of money, just by traffic. And so, in my own experience, my main website, the survivalmom.com, our traffic has gone down about 60%. Probably more. So when I see books like the ones that you see on the screen here, my hackles go up because I can tell in less than a second that these are also AI generated. And I'm going to just show you 3 or 4 quick ways of identifying that for yourself, so you don't waste money. This paperback here, this is the one I first noticed when I was looking for a book about foraging to recommend. I saw Forager's Harvest 101, and immediately I noticed the cover. And if I scroll down just a bit, we're going to see there's another cover, the Forager's Harvest Bible, Forager's Harvest 101. Now, in this case, Samuel Thayer, he has 6,300 reviews, and I happen to know that he is an expert when it comes to foraging. So if I was going to spend $13.39 on his paperback, and I scroll back up here, these are asking a whole lot more. And I'm going to show you in just a moment how the so-called authors are fake. So not even the authors are real. So here I've come across, I'm down to book number 4, written by a real legit expert. I come back down to the Forager's Harvest Bible, is listed here twice. Nature's Garden, again, a Samuel Thayer book, 1,800 reviews. That is one way where you can tell a very legitimate book written by a legitimate expert. Take a look at the reviews. Coming down, whoever is promoting Forager's Harvest 101, the AI book, they're spending a lot of money with Amazon to promote it. And again, their paperback alone is over $25. I come down, and here is Rosemary Gladstar, yet another well-known expert, and she has over 12,000 reviews. Let me scroll down just another. I don't know exactly what I'm going to get to next. Forager's Harvest 1001. Another giveaway is, have they been written in 2023 and 2024? That's when AI tools really hit mainstream. So I'm not going to bother looking at this one, Forager's Harvest, but my guess is because they're using the name Wells M. Rose. I'm wondering if they're trying to confuse people, maybe with Rosemary Gladstar, written very, very recently. And here I have Backyard Foraging. The book's been around a while, for 11 years, 500 and some reviews, very respectable. And here I come again with another really sketchy one. Again, a super recent date. Again, the Foraging 101, kind of just sort of a template cover. Forager's Harvest Guide, again, 2024. These AI people and whoever is working hand in hand with them, they're pumping these books out rapidly, and I can just keep going. All right, this one here, The Complete Guide to Edible Wild Plants, 2009, U.S. Department of the Army, over 3,000 reviews. It would be hard to get more legit than that. So the first thing you're going to look for when you're trying to decide, you don't have money to waste, right? And you certainly don't have money to waste on crap that is just regurgitated stuff that can be found online, nothing original about it. And in fact, the content itself was stolen. First of all, look for very recent publishing dates. Few reviews. And in this case, 116, and I'm going to go to the 1 and 2 stars in just a moment. But I wanted to, let me see here. Oh, yes, I wanted to do a couple things. Let's take a look at the reviews. And I want to look at the 1 stars because whenever I look for book reviews or product reviews, I always go to the 1 stars just to see, well, what's the worst case scenario if I buy that book or that shampoo or whatever. And I can see that they could have found any of it online. So it wasn't really very well written. Hey, starting out, hey, dear, do not start your book with hey, dear. So by starting out with hey, dear, I get a lot of spam emails, and the bulk of them are from overseas, other countries, India, Pakistan. I don't even know where all, and Nigeria, and a lot of them have a non-American way of writing. So I'm guessing here with don't start your book with hey dear. I don't know for sure, but that tells me, like this person says, it's not a legit book. AI generated. See Sam Thayer's book if you're interested in a real Forger's Harvest book. So it looks like they might have even stolen his title or rearranged the words to make it seem and trick people into buying it. And mimicking the title of the best foraging book out there, Forger's Harvest by Sam Thayer. So that is another red flag, right? And here's another one, another AI generated book. So fortunately, people are really wising up to the garbage that is being put out. The next thing I went, the next page I went to, the next thing I clicked on was the author's name. I wanted to find out who is Diane Wells. And she has a fascinating bio. And I read through the whole thing. And now the book is about foraging. You would expect to be written by some kind of an expert. But I see that she's Italian. She has a rich Italian heritage. She has a passion for nature. She's a psychologist. She's traveled extensively, infusing her insights into a life well lived. She's married to someone named Steve, supposedly the mother of two. She advocates for balance through Pilates, yoga, embracing life's simple joys. I haven't read the word foraging yet. Have you? She's now 50. She shares her wisdom in her book, Harmonious Simple Life. There is literally nothing in this bio that would lead me to think, number one, that she has any expertise, and number two, that she is a real person. So I took her image and I put it into something called AI generated. And you can do this if you ever see an image and you just wonder, is that a real person? Is it a real image? And I had it analyzed. And not surprisingly, it's almost 70% certain to be AI. And one of the giveaways from me, I've looked at a lot of these AI, headshots over the last 2 or 3 years, is just kind of a nothing background. It looks like it's maybe like a passport type photo, and it just doesn't look real at all. So the next thing that I went to, I wanted to find out who the other contributor is. So it says that someone named Steve Nichols was a contributor. And let me just go back to the book itself so you can see that. So you have to do quite a bit of detective work here. So I saw Steve Nichols. So I looked up Steve Nichols and I ran his image through the AI generated detector, and it gave it about a 60%, 50, 60% real human possibility. So that photo is likely to be a real person. But I was really interested, first of all, in his bio. So he's older, grew up in West Tennessee. He went to high school and community college. So far, nothing that he has any expertise in the subject of the book. He was a supervisor, industrial engineer. He learned to drive a truck. So maybe while he's driving his truck, he's looking for plants to forage. He drove over the road for 20 years. He owned a retail store. He's retired, and literally nothing that gives him any expertise whatsoever. I dug a little deeper though, and let me see if I can find this. And I found that Steve Nichols, I clicked on all books. Now, this is where it gets really weird. Would you expect kind of an old timer, an old Tennessee guy, retired, he has grandkids, he was a truck driver. Would you expect him to be writing books like this? My first coloring book? eBay shipping? Lots of eBay shipping. Now, it's possible that maybe in a retirement type career, Steve Nichols is really getting into eBay shipping, but it looks to me like he is taking one topic, how to sell on eBay and shipping and so on, and just regurgitating the same content over and over and over and over and over again, probably just with different covers. So whoever this person is, I wouldn't trust a word that they say. Diane Wells, we know, is almost certainly fake. And we know that her image is almost certainly fake. And then the next thing I wanted to see, I looked up reviews, and I'll have just maybe one or two more points here. So I scrolled down, and inside we're going to unearth. These are all the things we're going to unearth. And again, keep in mind, this book is over $25. Oh, and one other thing I noticed is that it's not a very long book. It's only 131 pages, which is actually pretty light. Pretty light if you're going to say that it's comprehensive. The cover says that it's comprehensive. I don't know. If you look at those pages there, they look like they are just kind of a boilerplate page with a stock image, I'm guessing, and the content there is scraped from somewhere. You never know. So here's what they say I'm going to learn. They even get a little bit into prepping here, and prepping with wild animal plants and insects. So then this was fascinating. I want to find out who is writing these 5-star reviews. I picked this one here because this name, Abby Tesse, alternative medicine therapist, that is a very distinctive name. My guess is there aren't very many people on the planet with that name. So let's see. I looked up a couple of these. There, Abby Tesse. The only time that name shows up is Forger's Harvest 101. And that is this phony written review. Nowhere else with such a distinctive name. She's supposedly very much into natural living and naturopath stuff. Nothing. I then looked up William J. Cornelius botanist. That's quite a name, right? So I was thinking, well, William J. Cornelius botanist. And again, literally nothing under that name. There's an account here on Medium, technical and philosophical leanings, but this says that he's a botanist. So I am now going to check a second review off as being fake. I didn't do all of these, but Martin Jones, survival expert, I'm thinking, like you may be thinking, well, if he's a survival expert, maybe he has a website, maybe he's written a book or articles, anything whatsoever. Martin Jones, survival expert. I see there's someone in Department of Archaeology in the UK, someone founder and director of Project Hope Foundation. Here's a Dr. Martin Jones. He is an expert on human performance. So that is a third one. So I think that I'm happy with, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, I'm happy with my results. I have 3 phony experts or 3 phony reviews here, totally fake. And if you want to just continue, there's only 3 more, but a retired architect, a primary school teacher. I have no idea why they would think that would convince me. I go down to the publisher, no surprise here. It's independently published, a very recent publication date, only 131 pages. Okay. And then their bestseller rank, the way that on Amazon you can get these bestseller ranks is to kind of just invent your own categories. So wild plant gardening, Canada region gardening, trees in biological sciences. My guess is that they researched to find out what categories do not exist yet in Amazon. They added their own, and then voila, they are #1. So let me do one more thing because I'm nosy. You could also go through here, the 5 and 4 star, and pick out ones that you think are fake. It is so easy to get fake reviews, reviews with images and everything else. So let me see here. I was going to actually go to Samuel Thayer. I'm curious. We already know that his book is several dollars less. Samuel Thayer, The Forger's Harvest. Is that his? Okay, Samuel Thayer, Forger's Harvest, right? The title actually is very, very similar. The layout on his cover is similar, which is a little bit unfortunate, but he has 6,300 ratings, The book, let's see, let's go to paperback. The paperback is almost $12 cheaper than the fake one. You go and look at his ratings everywhere. This book is very high ratings, but I want to see how many pages it was. This is 368 pages. Forger's Harvest Press. Very legit. Very legit. So, and then if we go to outdoors and nature reference, that category seems like a whole lot more legit than whatever the other ones were on the fake phony book. So, does that give you some ideas of how AI is being manipulated to take your hard-earned money, earn your trust, and yet really deliver nothing original, nothing smart, truly nothing that you couldn't just get from a website search, which is where they got their information. They may have run it through ChatGPT or something similar, saying, rewrite this article. And ChatGPT is more than happy to rewrite an article. So they could copy and paste maybe an entire chapter from a legitimate book and say, rewrite this. And now all of a sudden, they have a bestseller on Amazon. Doesn't that make you mad? Kind of ticks me off. So that is just some insights on how to spot a super phony book. And unfortunately, Amazon is packed with them.